Welcome everyone, and thanks for tuning in to our video series Canal Days and joining us for today's episode of the former Immaculate Conception Church located in West Springfield, Massachusetts. I am your host Carrie, here with my co-host, local historian and founder of the Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, Robert Comu. With his expert insights, every monument and memorial story comes to life as he leads you on a journey through time as your personal tour guide. Check out his website, holyokecanaltour.org, to find more information, book private tours, and access the entire Canal Days video podcast series. So, Robert, what has happened to the church throughout the years?
Well, it started off in a former church of this Immaculate Conception that was at the same place, and they built this one to replace it, and it's gorgeous. This one was built in 1913. Called the Immaculate Conception Church of West Springfield. It is for the French-Canadian population also, and you can see the beautiful design. It was made by the Springfield Catholic Diocese official architect. His name was John Donahue. He made lots of buildings for them, churches, convent schools around Springfield all the way up to Northampton and beyond. And you can tell his design by the checkered use of the very cream or blonde looking brick, and he also did the school. We'll show you that. And so you can always tell he's at work if you have that design element inside of it. The St. John's Church of Northampton adds it to the extreme degree. Now this one was replacement and things came in later, and I'll explain those later, but the school, for instance, 1930 came later because there were replacements. This was an older campus site. So in the church. Now, its recent history. This is at in the year 2008, and at December 31st, they combined three churches together. This one would be the recipient of the combination and become the focus point. And it only lasted for 8 years to 2016. The St. Anne's Church combined with the St. Louis de France Church and the Immaculate Conception Church. All three churches combined had a new name, the St. Francis Xavier Cabrini Church. Alright, now a church never loses a name, but the parish name does change. And so this is still the Immaculate Conception Church. But it has a brand new owner for the last few years. It's now a school, can you imagine? But we'll talk about that when we go out there. Okay, so we're going to close up here of the Immaculate Conception. It has a nice Italianate style tower to the left side, and you can see the checkered bricks go up at a diagonal angle, and they cross each other. That's John Donahue's signature over and over again. He used that element. It has a nice central rose window, and it's using the Romanesque style, and so the effect is very nice overall. Now it has the typical components of a complete Catholic church campus. That is, it also has a rectory. Here's the rectory for 15 Main Street. Okay, and it's now a home. So all four pieces have been sold. And this used to be the campus green, and there's like rose bushes over there. So it's a Queen Anne style Victorian home. You can see the Queen Anne Tower on it. Still the original. Okay, so the two other pieces to a Catholic campus, the school and convent, usually are close together because the nuns would teach at the school. And the nuns that taught here are ones that you find typically in Hampden, Hampshire County. It's the Sisters of St. Joseph. Now there is a chapel in the church, and that's on the close right side front. You can see it attached there. You can go in there after masses if it was still open. But nowadays, what is it? The church and the school are now part of the Hampton Charter School of Science Middle School. Okay, so we get to see the church from this side. Quite gorgeous, of course. And the school is over here. Again, the school is a design made by John Donahue. So look at the right hand side. You can see the diagonal pieces of checkered brick. That's his sign that he made it. It looks like the roof is still slate roof. Okay, and there's one more piece I can see in here about. This is the convent. There's a cornerstone in the side of the school. It says 1930.